So Gears of War for PlayStation 5 has been announced today, finally. This was definitely one of the games. Actually, I did say everything was gonna come eventually to PlayStation 5 as well. But yeah, they announced the remaster of what was already a remaster, which is Gears of War Ultimate Edition that did come out in 2014, if I remember correctly. Because if you don't know the history, back then Microsoft Xbox had just bought the Gears of War license because they didn't own it originally. It was Epic's property. So out of fear of Epic putting out another game on PlayStation 4, they decided to buy the license from Epic Xbox, that is. And they gave the task to the newly formed coalition, the Gears of War studio at Microsoft, to make a Gears of War 1. I don't know, was a remake, remaster. It was an in-between, let's say. To build it from the ground up to get accustomed to how the Gears of War games played, because they also went on to work on Gears of War 4. So this is pretty much the history of this game. Now, I haven't played this game specifically. I haven't played the Ultimate Edition, but I have seen people claim it has some issues. I don't know which ones, honestly. So this is the version that is coming to PlayStation 5. It includes all the DLCs and everything. They say it's gonna have crossplay. I assume so. It's crossplay between PS5 and Xbox. I don't know, honestly, but that's what the news says. And yeah, I assume this is not the only game that's coming out as well. I assume that also Emergency Day is coming out eventually on PS5, and also at least Gears of War 2 and 3, in my opinion. Those games are probably gonna come to PS5. And of course Steam as well, because the Ultimate Edition was exclusive to the Windows Store. So it was only out on Xbox One and Windows Store on PC, which was shit. So now, like I have predicted multiple times, all the Xbox games are coming to PlayStation 5, so the console is really, at this point, useless. Unless you really want to pay for a subscription, Game Pass. But yeah, I mean, this video, it was made mostly because I want to give out my impressions in relation to Gears of War to the people who haven't played it yet. Because there's no point in saying, yeah, the Xbox is useless. I've already said multiple times, it's a console that has no market. It costs, now they have raised it in price, so it costs $600. So it's even more expensive. It has no exclusive, so it's a pointless console. Just buy a PS5 if you want a next gen, current gen console that plays the latest games. When it comes to Gears of War, instead, I actually did replay it the last year, the first one, just to see how it felt in 2024 after all these years. And I have to say, it did age a little bit, but it's still fun because it's one of those games that was gameplay first. And even though very simple in its mechanics, they managed to do something pretty cool in its universe and the setting, the story as well. The grittiness, the impact that the shooting has, the enemies, the overall tone of the game is something that is an in-between an action game and a horror game. In fact, the first Gears is special in this sense because it has a weird mix of elements. that were lost pretty much with the sequels. Starting from 2, it became a pure action shooter in that sense. It was very militaristic, very Call of Duty in its tone. The horror undertones were really lost with the first game, which it makes sense because in the first game there's a sense of isolation that pervades the whole game. It's just you, your partner, and occasionally other 2 NPCs in your team. So you're pretty much at most 4 people against a whole army of locusts. And also it's different from the other. What is different is the music. The first one has a different composer, which is you can tell the soundtrack in the first game is stronger and more memorable overall. It has the most iconic themes in the series. So Gears of War is still a title with a very strong identity. Of course, it hasn't aged like perfectly because it shows its age. But I think it's still fun to play in 2024, 2025, especially in co-op. I mean, the online was pretty fun as well. That's gonna be the same online as Gears of War 1. So I suggest you pick it up. If you've never played it, pick it up because it's a fun game. Maybe not full price because this thing is gonna cost $40, and I don't know. I don't think it's worth $40 just for one game because this is only Gears of War 1. It's probably makes more sense around the 20, between 20 and $30. So if you find it for that price, definitely. Otherwise, wait for a sale. But yeah, this just signals the start of the flood when it comes to the games on PS5 from Xbox, because they just got as well Forza Horizon 5, now Gears of War. Next one is probably gonna be Master Chief Collection, so get ready for that. But yeah, just a quick video to let you know. Definitely buy Gears of War because it's a fun game, and it's not woke, it's not PC, it doesn't give a fuck, it's full of violence. It's one of those games that was made for the dude bros, but I don't know. I just think it's a stupid definition. The game was fun, the game was good. It's not for everybody, but I think it's not the kind of game you wanna mock just because Moo Dude Bros. It did have its own identity back then. It did have its own tone, its own identity. The gameplay was fun, very action and gameplay oriented. So it's not the type of game that's mostly story focused like the Sony games, the linear Sony games. This was back when Xbox still valued the gameplay of its games first and foremost. So, as usual, let me know your thoughts and I'll catch you in the next video.